Welcome to video number 19 of the Excel for Stock Market series, where we publish 30 different Excel templates and explain them in 30 videos in 30 days. In today's video, we will be talking about a very popular technical indicator, MACD, or moving average convergence divergence indicator. And this is one of the more popular ones for the traders. And in this video, we will talk about the concept behind, or the calculations behind the MACD indicator. And then we will see how we can use our template to calculate this automatically and dynamically for any stock symbol that you're interested in. So now let's get started. First, let's talk about the technical concept behind the MACD indicator and also the formula or the calculations involved. So the MACD is a more layered type of technical indicator where it calculates an indicator, and then it calculates an indicator on top of the indicator. So it's a little bit more involved. So I'll do my best to explain this without getting confused myself. So let's take a look at the history of closing stock prices for a random stock, let's say. So we have date and then the closing price, right? So the first part to consider is MACD line is a difference between two exponential moving averages. If you want to know more about the exponential moving average, please check out our other video where we talked in detail about the exponential moving average. I'm going to skip through that quickly in this video so that I don't repeat the same thing again. So the MACD line, or the MACD value, is nothing but the exponential moving average for the 12 periods minus exponential moving average for 26 periods. So let's talk about that first. So EMA for the 12 periods. So these are the 12 period values, the last 12 days. And if you take the exponential moving average for this window, then you get a value. And then you do the exponential moving average for 26 periods. So all the way until here, 26 values. Then those two values, if you take the difference, then you get the MACD line. So that's the first part of the calculation that we do. Then we calculate something called a signal line, which is the exponential moving average on the MACD itself. And this is what I was saying. First, you calculate an indicator, which is taking into account the trend, and then you do an indicator on top of that. So you calculate the exponential moving average on the MACD line for a 9-period window, right? And so that is the second part of the calculation we do. And finally, the MACD histogram value is nothing but the difference between the two. So you take the MACD and then you do the minus signal. And this is why MACD is a more popular indicator, because it measures multiple aspects all within this one technical indicator. And MACD histogram is nothing but the MACD minus signal. Once you do these three calculations, you have calculated everything you need to plot these on the chart, and I will talk about what that means. But this is all the calculations. Without getting further into it and make it more confusing, I'm going to stop here and move into our template and how you can use our template to calculate this. If you would like me to do a more detailed video on the concept, please post your comment in the comments below, and I will post a new video more if a lot of people are interested in that. Now let me move into the MACD, the template. And this is our template. As you can see here, it already plots a lot of information on the screen, and I'm going to go step by step and talk to you about how you can use it. So first, go on the top left and type in any stock symbol. So I'm going to type in a few stock symbols that I know in memory. I don't know a lot of them. So Tesla, so I just typed in XNAS Tesla. So if I do XNAS AAPL, then it pulls me for Apple. If I do XNYS Ford Motor Company F, then it's going to pull me Ford Motor Company from the New York Stock Exchange. So you would just need to know the stock exchange abbreviation and the stock symbol. But let's say you do not know, and I'm going to just type in MSFT for Microsoft. Excel will say, oh, I don't know which Microsoft you're talking about. There are multiple Microsofts in different exchanges. So I can now go and say, oh, I'm interested in the NASDAQ stock market instead of Ukrainian, for example. But if you're interested in the Ukrainian stock exchange, then you will select that. So I'm going to select this. That's it. Now it went and pulled that live data, and it just didn't take more than a second there. So it's really fast and impressive. I've found so far. It's really quick, and it pulls in a lot of the history, and we have done all these other visualizations on the template, but the data comes from the Microsoft service. Okay. Now we typed it in, we got the value, we got the change. Then we can control the chart duration. I can look at it for 1 year. I can look at it for 3 months. So you have those flexibility there. You can also change it to look at it weekly intervals rather than daily or monthly. So it's up to you. Now let's talk a little bit about the top right side, the different input parameters you have. As I was explaining the concept of MACD, you saw that a few parameters are there. One was we were using the closing price, but maybe you want to use the high price or the low price or the opening price or volume. So that is one parameter that you want to change, like what value are you calculating the MACD on? The other parameters are these 12, 26, and 9. These are all commonly used parameter values, but doesn't mean that you have to use the same. You can change it as well. So that's what we have provided as the fast, slow, and then the signal smoothing. So 12, 26, 9. Those are the 3 input parameters. And then the source, instead of the closing price, if I want to do it on the high price, then I will just choose high. There we go. Then everything gets updated. Let me go back to close. There we go. Very, very quick. Now let's talk about what's actually on the chart. There's a lot of stuff here. So the MACD line, so before that, let me show the dashed blue line, the light blue here, that goes all the way from here to there is the price, and that's on the secondary axis. You can see the value. So this is basically 254.66 is the latest value on the 12th of April, and you can see the 254.66 because that's right now. And every few minutes, if I refresh, if I go and say, okay, now show me the new data, and there we go, 703 became 706, and the data changed a little bit, and now you can see that this says 254.81. So the data is instantly can be refreshed. Just hit the refresh button here, and now let's this is the closing price line, and when you change the source here, then the blue line, the light blue line, also updates. Then we talk about the darker blue line, which is the MACD line, which is nothing but the calculation that I was telling you. The MACD is nothing but the difference between two exponential moving averages. That is the blue MACD line. The orangish yellow signal line is the calculation that I was telling you here, which is a moving average on the MACD line itself. Then you have the histograms. The histograms are in green and red, and that is determined again based on a logic when the histogram values will be greater or green or red. So the logic we have used to determine whether it's a green histogram or the red histogram is simple. It is just using whether the histogram value is positive. For example, this is 0.52, whereas this one is minus 1.66. If the histogram value is positive, it's green in color, otherwise it's red in color, and the histogram value is nothing but, as we explained, histogram is the difference between the MACD and the signal. So if the MACD is greater than the signal, then you will see the green bar. If the MACD is less than the signal, you will see a red bar. So that's what it is. And you can see that here in all of these green bar areas, the blue MACD line is above the yellow, maybe, or orange, it's kind of in the middle, signal line. And so if the blue line is above, then it's a green histogram. If the blue line started going negative below the yellow line, then it became a red histogram. So that's the connection there. Now, there's a lot more stuff in the chart, so let me explain what they mean. So we have created 4 different signals from this information. Okay, so let's talk about first the bullish signal line crossover and bearish signal line crossover. So SLC represents signal line crossover. Let's use this example here. No, let's look at green. Okay, let's use this one. So this is a bullish signal line crossover. Why is that called? So you can see that this is the point where the MACD line starts to go from up under the yellow signal line to above the yellow signal line. So that means when the MACD crosses over the signal and goes above the signal line, that's an indicator of a bullish signal line crossover. Okay. Now the opposite, when the MACD line, here you can see the MACD line, the blue line, starts going under the signal line, then we call that as a bearish signal line crossover. Okay. Now let's go and talk a little bit about, again, if you would like me to go more in depth into it and talk in more detail on these, please post them in the comments below. Now the last two items on the chart that I have created, the signals, are the bullish zero line crossover and the bearish zero line crossover. The zero line crossover, as the name indicates, is when the line crosses over the zero line. So I'm going to find an example here. So this one, let's say this is the bullish zero line, and you can see this is where the MACD line goes from below to above the zero line. Okay, so it went to 0.69 and the MACD line was minus 0.56 and it went to a positive value, and that's when we say, okay, this is a bullish zero line crossover. So let's see where there is a bearish zero line crossover. So I think I see one here. This is a bearish zero line. So if I go further down here, you will see that the blue MACD line used to be positive. So for example, let me see, this is 0.22 on 3rd March. It goes to minus 0.44 on the 4th March. So that is when the bearish zero line crossover happens. Okay, so let me show you a little bit about how the template works behind the scenes. So I can go into the help sheet and hide it, and I can show you exactly how it works. So if we go back to March 4th, right, that's the date we looked at, and we said this is a bearish. Okay, why did we say bearish? Because the MACD line the previous day on March 3rd was 0.22, and then on March 4th is negative. So when it goes from positive to negative, then we say it's a bearish signal line crossover, sorry, zero line crossover. And if I'm looking for a bullish zero line crossover, there we go. Here the MACD went from minus 0.56 to plus 0.11. That's a bullish zero line crossover. So that is where the definitions of what is the signal event or the trading event is. And you can see that I have a if function, use multiple if functions, nested ifs, to determine what type of signal strategy should we be calling that as, or an event. And so if you would like to know more about it, please check these formulas, and if you want to modify them, you're welcome to modify them. If you have any suggestions for us to make improvements to this template, please post in the comments below. And let me go back to the chart here. And so to wrap it up, this template can be used to calculate the MACD technical indicator for any stock symbol. Just type in your stock symbol on the top left, everything gets updated, and you have a lot of flexibility to modify the time period as well as the interval of the stock price, and you can also control the input parameters for the MACD technical indicator. And just type it in, change it, and then immediately within a second or so, all these things get automatically updated, including 4 possible signal events are automatically calculated and displayed on the chart. If there is a latest, if for example on the last day right now, if there is any signal, then it'll appear here in this cell. You can see that I have a formula to say, hey, give me the signal right now. If it is a bearish signal line crossover or whatever it is, Right now, there is no signal for Microsoft, so that's why you don't see it. But let me see. Even for Apple, there is no signal right now, and you can see there is no, that's why there is nothing here. So if you keep refreshing it and there is a signal, then it'll update automatically. That would have been much nicer for this demo, but unfortunately I don't control the stock market data. So here's where we are. If you have any suggestions for these videos and future templates, please post them in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and I will see you all tomorrow in another video about another technical indicator. Again, another very popular technical indicator, tomorrow's video. Thank you very much for watching.